Hi, Paul Higgins here. What we want to do in this tutorial is show you how to install a new version of SasPlanet. So, somehow you've been notified of a new version of SasPlanet, or you've been following this website, soggypaws.com, the sat to chart, and you found out there's a new version. So what you're going to do is you're going to download and unzip the new version from here, and then follow the README text files. Okay, so first off, let's go to this here link here and show you what we need to download. Okay, the first thing we do is go to this here link, and I'll put that link in the description so you can copy it if you like. And in that link in Soggy Paws, you'll notice that there is a link for SasPlanet. Now if you click that link, what it will do is it will download a new version of SasPlanet. Now I've already done that, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like after I've downloaded it. Okay, here's my download directory, and here's the SasPlanet zip file that we just downloaded. Now I'm going to double click that, and I have a special program that I use to unzip things, but if you don't have a special program, all you have to do is double click on this, and the program that comes with Windows will try to unzip it. So I'll just double click on this, and you will extract it, and you will extract it to the same directory, the downloads directory that we just put the zip file. And so now it's downloaded. So if we go back to our directory here, here is the unzip file here. It's a directory. So if I just open that directory, you'll find that it has another directory underneath it called SasPlanet Good A2. Now this is just a protection directory so that somebody doesn't accidentally download it and destroy their C drive. So if you double click that, it'll come up here, and it has a README text file, and it all has another directory called the SasPlanet directory, and that's the actual directory where SasPlanet exists. So what we're going to do is follow this here README text file, which I have opened in here. Okay, so now we're going to follow what's in this here README text file that we just downloaded, and it tells you what you should do in here. It says if you have an existing SasPlanet, then terminate it. If there's no existing SasPlanet, then simply copy the SasPlanet subdirectory in the download to some directory. Now I recommend that you simply download it to the C: drive. Makes it a lot easier. You're going to have it right in your C:, and it'll be called SasPlanet. Then it says skip to step 8. Okay, if you have an existing one, we do have an existing one. So first I'm going to show you what's in the existing one. Here's SasPlanet. It's actually at the latest level right now, but I'm going to show you how to get there. So what you do is you go to settings here and options, and in the cache tab here it shows you the various caches, folders that we have. This is the old cache that we used to have before we went to SQLite. Now we're at SQLite. The cache folder is down here, right here, and you can see that we are actually, the format of this cache is SQLite 3. Okay, Now the other thing I want to show you, if you go into place marks, you're the place mark manager, there is a bunch of place marks in here, a whole bunch of them. And we want to preserve this when we go to the new SasPlanet. So we're going to show you how to do that in a minute. So the first thing it says, if you have an existing SasPlanet, terminate it. So we'll terminate it. Then it says, rename your current SasPlanet directory to something else. You can do, the XX can be either the current version if you happen to know it, or it can be just simply the date, which probably in some format like YYMMDD, or simply old. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go to my existing SasPlanet. So here is my Windows C drive, and here is my SasPlanet. So I'm going to rename it to something else. I'm just going to call it old, so we know that this is the old one. Okay? So it's renamed. Now it says in our directions in the README file, copy the SasPlanet folder in this subdirectory to your old SasPlanet's location. So what that means, if we go back to our downloads here, here is the new SasPlanet. It's in this here as a subdirectory of the good A2 here. So we're going to simply take it and copy it, and we're going to put it in the C drive here. Paste. So I've got the new SasPlanet going in there. Okay, we've copied the new SasPlanet from the download directory to the same location as the old SasPlanet, which is in my C directory. So here it is here. So the next thing it says in their instructions is open a file explorer on both the old SasPlanet and the new SasPlanet and navigate into their directories. Okay, so I've opened a file explorer for the old SasPlanet, and I've gone into its directory, and I've opened the SasPlanet now, and I'll go into the new SasPlanet. And now what it says in the instructions is copy, replace the SasPlanet INI file from the old SasPlanet to the new SasPlanet. And what this does is update the cache information from the old one to the new one. So we'll go back and do that. Go back to our directories here. Here's the old one. Here's the INI file. We copy it and we paste it into the new one and replace it. Okay. So I've done that. The next thing it says to do is copy and replace the marked DVD file and any other placemark files that may have been created. Now, in our case, we've only got one file, the marked DB3 file. So if we go into our old directory here and we look for the marked DB3 file, where is it? Here it is here. This has all the place marks in it. So we're going to copy it from the old one and we're going to paste it into the new one. Okay, now if you have any other DBD3 files, you want to replace them also. Go back to our instructions here. If you've modified any maps or added any maps, you want to copy them from the old directory to the new directory. Well, we don't have any of that, so we go on to the next step. It says start the new SasPlanet. Start the new SAS. Oh, I've started it here. Okay. Now what we want to make sure is that we've updated the cache options. So we go to settings, options, go to the cache tab. Here's our old one, which we're not using. Here is our new one, which we are using, and it's SQL-Lite 3. So we've copied the old cache information from the new cache to the new cache. And also in the place mark, we have also all the place marks that we used to have in the old SasPlanet are now in the new SasPlanet. Okay, the next thing it says to do is start SAT to chart and open the SasPlanet options tab. So I have SAT to chart already running here. So if we open the options tab for SasPlanet, what we want to make sure is that this location is correct. So back here, if this was your first time, I advise you to put it in the C directory. But you could have put it in any directory you like. Just make sure when you get down here and you open the SAT to chart location that it agrees with wherever you put it. Okay? Okay, I showed you, we reviewed the current SasPlanet setup. We made sure we found out what the cache location is and the place marks. We downloaded and unzipped the SasPlanet zip file from SoggyPaws. And we reviewed the unzip file, and we found out there was an extra directory there called GoodA2. And we opened it, and we found there was a README text file, and we followed the instructions. Thank you for watching.